All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Rain Report for a Monday, October 18th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by a new sponsor. We have a new sponsor here at the Rain Report, Thrive Fantasy. If you go to thrivefantasy.com and use promo code ATS, you will receive a $100 instant first deposit match up to $100, and you can download the Thrive Fantasy app on the App Store or check it out at their website at Thrive Fantasy, THRIVE fantasy.com, and sign up today and play the props. It's a checked it out on the weekend. It's a fantasy site where for props. So let's say for tonight, you got Josh Allen, over under his passing yards. You can, do over under. Same thing with Derrick Henry with the over under of his rushing yards. It's and it's for all sports, right? So check it out. It's thrivefantasy.com and use ATS as the promo code, and you will receive 100% instant first deposit match up to $100 at thrivefantasy.com. Also, check out hockeypicks.com. We always support the hockey folks right here at hockeypicks.com. In fact, pretty good weekend. If you watch my show on the weekend, and I gave a little heads up on the on a parlay on the puck line, right? And I've been saying this for a couple years. In the beginning of the NHL season, if you play puck line, you're gonna my favorite line, right? You'll be smiling like a butcher's dog. And I hit about 3 parlays this weekend. Hit a 6-teamer, I hit a 5-teamer, and I hit a, I believe it was a 2-teamer just on the puck line. So, guys, hey, wakey, hey, smell the coffee if you're betting puck lines. And we'll see. Once tomorrow I'll do another video. And it's normally on days where there's a lot of hockey games, and I'll go through the odds. In fact, if you go look at Saturday's video, I had I think it was puck lines of 5.5 home underdogs, 6-0 against the point spread. So if you're playing puck lines in hockey, yeah, you pick your spots, and the thing in hockey, and just like anything else, you got to pick your spots, right? All right, let me see here. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Sniper. How you doing? Got the Twitter notification. Everything I have is pointing towards Tennessee, says Eric Catherine, but not YouTube. Oh, really? You didn't get the YouTube notification again? Man, what's going on with YouTube these days? I can't seem to understand what's going on here. Light board today says Ms. Denica. Good morning, Ms. Denica. Good morning, Telly. OG Wheat, great day, great people. How you doing, OG? Great day. How was your weekend? Nice, Ron. What I heard, I had a great weekend. Yeah, you know what? Quiet weekend with the NHL. With the NHL, busy Saturday. College football, NHL, NBA starts tomorrow, the basketball, and we'll talk about that. And there's Mark Nations. And Mark Nations, I did get your email on the weekend, and if you do go to hailmarypicks.com, in fact, and you go see the top scorers, now you see the top scorers. Got to put in the new logo here. But Frank, Black Knight, I believe, Black INGHT. I guess he forgot the, or maybe he just mispronounced. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? It says Black INGHT. I think it's Black Knight. I'm not sure. But GSL 21, Mark Nations, and there's Prism. And so you can see the top scorers right now at hailmarypicks.com. Don't forget, tomorrow is the start of the NBA basketball season, and I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait to see the Toronto Raptors home opener on the 20th, and that place is going to be popping. Man, ticket prices in Toronto are just absolutely ridiculous. That's one thing that really irks me, is how they gouge the public when there's supply and demand, right? There's a lot of demand. It's just amazing how they gouge the public. And, I don't even know if it's the Raptors or more the, like the Seat Geeks and all those, the ticket places where they, and people are allowed to do it, right? You can put up your ticket prices, but, hey, if you can get it, it's, you gotta, I don't get it. Like $1,200 to go see a Raptor game against Memphis or something like that. And I just think it's ridiculous. Okay, maybe opening night, I get it, the first night. But, when you get to game 5, 6, and 7 into the season, there's no reason to be charging $2,000 floor tickets or, in the center court. That's just price gouging, in my opinion. All right, looking at the bballpicks.com. And again, Anytime you go 4-0 during the season, you pick up a Kobe Award. Remember last year, we said that we honor Kobe Bryant. Every time people would go 4-0, you would get a Kobe Award, and it's you see is Kobe 24, the basketball. And every time you go 4-0 or better, you pick up a Kobe trophy, just like you do at hockeypicks.com. And you go here, and you can get the Stanley Cup. We got one person, Jim Santella, has a Stanley Cup right now, just like so many who were on the Chargers. You know what? I guess you guys are talking about the NFL. What a horrible weekend for me anyway. I'm a dog player. And college football, NFL football, you're going to get those weekends, right? And the thing is, it's you can't take it to bed. You can't just, you got to just, it is what it is, and you just reload the batteries the next day, and you go you go back to work, right? Yes, yeah. Crook says Danica. I believe you. 100% Ms. Danica. But NFL this weekend. Look at this in the NFL this weekend. Can you believe this? The favorites went. Okay, that's college football. The favorites went 10-3 in the NFL straight up this weekend. Not against the point spread. The point spread will know more tomorrow because we reset our stats every Tuesday once the Monday Night Football is over. But just look at this: 76.9% of the favorites cashed in week number 6, and that's going to happen, right? And this is why I keep track. You guys might get tired of me talking about the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and if you're new to sports betting, this is a tool that I use like the Dow Jones Industrial, because you got to have your finger on the pulse of the industry, because what goes up must come down, and we have been living on board times on underdogs, and I should, it's always amazing, coulda, woulda, shoulda, and I should have known better type thing. And looking back yesterday, because last night after getting my butt handed to me on the weekend with all the favorites cashing in, I said, okay, let's go look at the weeks and see how many favorites actually won. And I should have seen this coming. And normally what I do is every week I go look, okay, in week 1, 75% of the dogs came in. Week 2, 56%. Week 3, 50-50. There's our Jerry Seinfeld, even Steven. Week 4, all right, week 4, 56.3. Now, week 5, we had a bit of a reversal where 56.3% of the, let me see if I'm in NFL. Yeah, I'm in the NFL right here. And look at that. 8-4 to the favorites. So 9-3 straight up, 8-4 against the point spread. So 61.5% of the favorites. And I'm a dog player, and I guess a lot of you guys are dog players too. So 30.8% of the underdogs only covered on Sunday. So you can see why the sports books are not really happy this morning. And listening to some of the guys on radio, man, it's like it's like a slow death watch walking to work this morning because the parlays absolutely killed the sports books this weekend, right? The players, and especially the betting public who are chalk players and love to bet the favorites. Man, if the parlay cards must have been hopping this weekend. Hey, you know what? I hit a big parlay in hockey this weekend too, right? So, different sport, but it's If you're an underdog bettor, hey, well, what do they say? Misery loves company, and welcome to Monday. And we're all here at the Rain Report. All right, so I guess did you guys get your notifications? I'm seeing some people did not get their YouTube's notifications. I don't know what's going on. Some days the notification, I don't know if it's the way I log in, but once we go on there, then YouTube should be sending out the notifications, right? So I see Yancey's in the house. How you doing, Yancey? I see Zachary Reed. How you doing, Zachary? Let's go Brave. Underdog Sniper. 11-team parlay is huge. Who won 11-team? Yep, and I'm won an 11-team. Wow, Quentin. Hey, let's hear it for Quentin here. Good job, Quentin. Hey, that must have been a nice payout. Good for you. Hey, I always love to hear when people, the Ramblers and Gamblers of the Rain Report, they come in on a Monday, a cash-out Monday, mind you, right? Always a cash-out Monday. And good for you, Quentin, on cashing 11-team parlay. Man, that must have been, 4 digits right there, 4 or 5 digits, depending on how much you wagered. All right, who else? Zachary's in the house. We talked about that. Telly, Jermaine Brown. It worked. Okay, good. So the notification did work. I got my notification. Perfect. All right. So I guess some of the people were saying earlier that they did not get their notifications. So, hey, how are you guys doing today? How was your weekend? Did you guys have a good weekend? Did you? Hey, if you're in the seasons where the weather is changing, all the leaves are falling. Hey, it's a what is it? A nippy 8 degrees here in Ottawa today. Hey, last week I was talking to 22 degrees. Hey, just stick around a while. You'll see how quick it changes, and then you're gonna get the Florida and California people came in, right? Where's Peyton Sports Girl? She's gonna come in and tell us it's 27 degrees today, or 72 in California, right? But it's pretty nippy here today. The more you watch the show, interact, the more you will get notification. All these social media companies track your activity. That's how engagement works. All right. That's good to know. The more you watch the show and interact, the more you will get notifications. All these social media companies track your activity. Speaking of that, I'm going to share this on Twitter right now and Facebook. And thank you, Ms. Denica, for bringing that to my attention. The game has changed in the social media platform world, right? It's I always say evolution. Every 7 years you got to keep up with the times, right? You got to be able to see around the corner, and you got to keep up with the Joneses type thing, or keep up with technology, keep up with the trends. Because if not, you'll be left behind. And the one thing, though, you can't do everything, right? At 53 years old, I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on Snapchat, and, I got to go to my nieces and nephews to find out. That's where I do my research, right? My nieces, they'll get a kick out of me sometimes because I'll say, hey, let's order some pizza and have a chat. I want to know, tell me more about this TikTok and Snapchat and, the interaction and all that stuff. But the thing is, and anybody who's in the industry, you can't have every, the one thing you got to do is you got to be yourself, right? I always say you got to be yourself because you will attract like-minded people like yourself, and know your audience, right? I'm a 53-year-old guy, and I look at my numbers, and our average age group, believe it or not, it's all over the place. 35%, 25 to 35. I'll have to bring it up some days, but you can't have every niche market, right? You can't have every demographics, and you just do what you do, and if people like the show, they'll watch the show. But the thing is, you got to provide, I feel you got to provide good content, and once you provide good content, and people, and you want to learn, right? The thing is about growing as a person, learning, and people who are learning in the coming to the industry for the very first time, they want to learn about sports betting. And again, this is where I pump the tires on the Raymond Report. If you go to our YouTube channel and you go look at the front page of our YouTube channel, I got 30 videos of video tips. And, they're 4-hour videos in total. They're about 4 to 12 minutes in length of each video, depending on the topic of the video. But if you are new to sports betting, that's where you want to go and learn. And that's where you want to go and just get those tips, right? Because every weekend is going to be different. And you can see this weekend, if you're an underdog bettor, grab your coffee, or if it's like Jimmy Buffett says, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, grab your Heineken, your Budweiser, your Stella Artois, if you like Stella Artois. But that's all you got to do. You just got to stay the course and just realize that the favorites do come in sometimes, and it is what it is. Again, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. That's right, crazy Canuck about the 49th parallel. And based in Ottawa, we call this Revenue Central for your taxes. All the Canadians send their tax dollars to Ottawa. I listen to the radio show sometimes. They call it Sucking Central, where they suck in all your tax dollars right here in Ottawa, just like in Washington, right? But, and pearls, baby. That's OG Wheat says that's all they want is the pearls, and give them pearls. All right, again, if you're interested in my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, go to Tools, go to 50 Secrets, Greatest Secrets. I don't know if they're great, but I think they're good secrets. But, you get the book here, and you can get the Raymond Report, 50 Greatest Sports Betting Secrets, and 30 bonus tips. So in total, you get 80 betting tips on how to be a better. Okay, can you say that? Can you say that? Better? Sounds that's a double negative or a double positive. I don't know. It's a double. And then there, speaking of Tim Hortons, there's a double right there. All right, let's see what the Ramblers and Gamblers are saying right now. Oh, we got Rusty. We went to underdog card right there, and there's Rusty right on cue. Sleeper game, man. Wow, that one had me on the edge. Roughly 45. Put $5 on it. Wow. 45. You won $4,500, Quentin. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Mo Boss Bills beat Titans. Sorry, but the Jets can beat the Titans. Anyone can. Good one, Mo. Big Mo. Hey, Bella, the Big Mo. That's I love his handle, Mo Boss Ness. Most of the time I do 155 official, very confident, but I do bigger parlays, turn small amount to huge cash out. Yeah, the Bills down too, but I'm on the Titans tonight, and I'll get to that just a little later. One cash out out of the hundreds. I do odds. My research is all day, so long it works. I do odds, but my research is all day long. Yeah, you know what, Quentin? Hey, I really respect people who put in the time like that. If you really want to win in today's sports betting the world, you got to put in the time, right? Like sharpening the dart and throwing the dartboard at the dartboard, or flipping a quarter. Well, sometimes I feel like a day like yesterday, I should have flipped a quarter because it wasn't a great day for the dogs. And again, if you're an underdog player like I am, it was a long day. Even my wife noticed I was a little crusty at night. She goes, "You need to go to bed sooner." You go, "You're too crusty." And she thinks it's because I'm watching the games late at night. No, it's because I just got my ass handed to me today in football and college football. But it was kind of funny. But it's amazing how when you the mood, right? The mood that you get when you lose. Like nobody likes losing. When you win, it's uplifting. But when you lose, it's like, well, okay, what did I do wrong? But coulda, woulda, shoulda, crying over spilled milk. But the thing is, I say all the time, you gotta be the SBI. This was like whenever you have a day like yesterday, and you say, okay, what did I miss? What did I miss? And when I look at all the underdogs and the neutral market we were having in from week 2 to week 5, you knew eventually something's got to give, right? So here's a good lesson to everybody, especially the newbie that's coming in to the sports betting industry. This here is called the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. This is my Dow Jones Industrial, right? So when I do the the TNA and I'm looking at the market, I'm saying, okay, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of just neutral market of underdogs. Eventually, something's got to give, right? And if you've been betting NFL football season, whenever you're gonna get weeks like yesterday where all the favorites win, or week 1 all the underdogs win, right? And let that be a great lesson to moving forward. And if I ever forget, here's the thing. I know you guys are great at this. If I ever forget to look at the SBI after we've been in 3 weeks of neutral markets, somebody needs to remind us. Hey, Ron, the law of average theory is about to kick in pretty soon. So start looking at the underdogs or favorites, because what goes up must come down. And after 4 weeks of just going in a consolidation period, I don't know if you can say that in sports betting. I don't know if the bettors or the books were consolidating for the last 4 weeks, but the books, the favorites had their days yesterday. That's the NFL. And if you look at college football, let's go look at college football. And eventually we'll get on to the show here, right? I feel like I'm just like it's like misery loves company on a bad weekend, and I'm sitting here with my let me see here, my 27 greatest friends right now. Looking at there we go. Every time that happens, it always scares the crap out of me. Every time somebody subscribes, you'll see the little button here. You guys don't see it right now, but it's gonna come. I always get a kick when I look at the replay because I see myself jumping. Let me see. Here we go. I'm gonna see it right. No, I don't see it right now. It must be a 10-second delay. Oh, there it is. Oh, there you go. I always like to see my reaction. Like, oh, crap, scared the crap out of me. All right, look at this right here in the college football. Week 1, all the favorites covered a spread. And then we had 3 weeks of neutral market. And then the underdogs in week 5. But look, okay, here's perfect. So next week in college football, let's be careful because we are now in 3 weeks of I don't know if you can say consolidation period, where we're pretty much balanced out when the favorites and the look at that, 51% favorites, 49%. I don't know what the number was, 23-21. So again, something to maybe look at when you're handicapping this weekend. And we've already had a bull market for favorites and a bearish market for favorites. So in college football, and this is why I say all the time, less is more, right? If you only got to you got to be selective, and that's why what you see now, I got my beer and pizza money place. These, if you're new to the Rain Report and you get a membership, and we talked about this last week, I have 2 types of investments. I got my action investments, which I call my beer and pizza money. This is my $25 bet games. And because they're $25, doesn't mean I don't care. It just means that I'm not betting as heavy than my premium picks, right? And my premium picks is where I'll go a little bit more heavily, right? My range is $100 to $500. That's what I bet on a game when I'm playing, bigger games, right? 100 to 500, which is okay. You know what? 500 is, you got 3 games at 500. That's $1,500 on a weekend. That's a lot of money right there. All right, so that's how I use my money management system. Now, again, this one thing I always bring this. Me and Ross Benjamin, we did these podcasts last year, and one thing we always talked about was like money management. How come we don't talk more in the industry about money management, right? Because how many people will get into sports betting, they'll lose for 2-3 weeks, and then bang, gone. They say, I did it once, I didn't like it, I lost $300, and then they're gone forever, right? And this is why you need a money management system. And my money management system is this. You got to have your beer and pizza money, which is, and it could be like $5 for you. It could be 10. Mine is 25. And then you got your serious investment money, right? Money that you bet more heavily on, and hopefully it makes you money. All right, let's get on with the show. I've been babbling long enough. And let's go to the free tip sheet, the horse tip sheet of the day. And where's Corner Gas? Did I see Corner Gas come in the... I saw... Yeah, there's Chad. Good morning, the corner as well. Hey, focus, Chad. Focus. Hey, he always likes to tell me to focus. How am I $1.50 level? Well, I guess that's comfort. That's awesome. I was driving last night during the final 2 innings, and the radio broadcast was electric. Yeah, hey, you know what? This is what I love about baseball. And, listening to John Smoltz. John Smoltz he brings another level to the broadcasting. I listened to him the other day, and he's so right. He goes, when you walk, and he's been given the pearls. Hey, OG, hey, you want pearls? Listen to John Smoltz. He said this on the broadcast. When you walk a batter in baseball in the regular season, it's like, oh well, I'll walk. You walk a batter in the playoffs, it's like, all right, here we go. Here we go. All hands on deck, right? Hey, I went George Costanza on you guys right there. Hey, Tony. Hey, remember that episode of Tony? Hey, George, what are you doing mañana? All right. Yeah, but it's true though. You walk somebody you walk somebody in baseball, man, it's all hands on deck, and it's just like, all right, here we go. It's rally time, right? I'm just looking at the replay right now. That's pretty funny. All right, let's take a look at Parks Racing right now. And let's go to race number 1 at Parks. And let's see, we're loading up right here. Here we go. Parks Racing, it's funny, you go from Belmont, like $95,000 claiming races to $5,000 claiming rates at Parks Racing today. 12:55 post time, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. We're going to go 175 today at Parks. And the number 1 horse, Storm Beam, with LD Rivera taking a ride here on the 1 horse Storm Beam. 33% in the money Storm Beam is. Rivera is in the saddle in his last 100 races. Storm Beam is 5-1 morning line. The 7 horse, On Thirsty, with D. Haddock taking the ride here on Thirsty. Haddock, 32% in the money in his last 100 races, and 4-1 morning line in Thirsty. And Karen's Gem, Milan, taking a ride on the 5 horse, 9-2 morning line on Karen's Gem, Milan, 29% in the money last 100 races. If you're going to play the Joker today, the value play of the day, it's the 4 horse, Data Boy Girl. Hey, which one is it? Data Boy Girl. Adorno taking a ride on Data Boy Girl. 6-1 morning line. Now, if you're going to play an exacta today at Parks, I'm going to recommend 177554 exacta box. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 175475 trifecta. Always remember to box those horses. And if you're going to play the Jokers today at 6-1, I would recommend the Double Dutch betting system at 6-1. Not bad. Hey, I had a friend of mine, we were talking about horse racing the other day, and he says he's got a buddy who bets about $500 a race, but he only if it's 3-1 or higher. So that's a good advice there too. And Data Boy Girl. So again, if you're gonna bet this one, I recommend the Double Dutch betting system, and that is you put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 4 horse. So this way, if Data Boy Girl comes in first, you get paid twice. Comes in second, you get paid once. And folks, you get the free tip sheet today for Parks Racing by going to the website atsstats.com. And you know what, ATS, we got a lot of tools in this toolbox. Not too many websites have horse racing, right? So when you get a membership here at ATS, you get all the major tracks in North America, and we do some of the across the pond too. So it's always good to look at all the tracks we cover here today. And if you want to play some horse races today, you go to our premium tip sheet. So you go to horses, go to premium tip sheet, and you can see all the horses, all the track tip sheets we have today. Finger Lakes, Fort Erie, Grants Pass, Indiana Grand, Laurel Park Latin American Simulcast, Mountaineer, Parks Racing. We have Presque Isle Downs, Zia Park, and those are today's tracks. And again, we cover it all here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get into the show now. We did the free horse racing, and what do I got on deck here? Number one, we did the sports betting index. Let's recap NFL football weekend. Yeah, it wasn't a great, I thought I've been doing that for the last half hour. Wasn't a great, my two top plays this weekend. Again, not a really, it was a horrible day. Horrible premium tip sheet weekend. But you know what? When I come on here and I win, I pump the tires, and I got to do the same thing when I lose, right? That's the only, you can't come on, if you're, in the industry, you can't just come on air when you win, right? You got to come in and be humble when you lose too, right? I had Wyoming +3. That was a loser. That was $500. And I had Tennessee. What a crazy game that was at the end. Milton, I don't know what he was doing. Anyways, I'm not going to I'm not going to rehash that old wound right there. But the good news, there is good news, believe it or not. My premium hockey picks, though. Hey, if we're going to pump some tires, might as well pump the hockey brakes right now. Boston, Florida Panthers, and Edmonton Oilers. I'm 3-0. My top hockey plays this week to start the year. And my football plays this weekend was where's my football plays? I can tell you right now, let me see here. I don't see it right here, but my top NFL plays this weekend were the New England Patriots. You know what? Say what you want. If you had New England, you were on the right side. Sometimes in sports, you just got to tip your hat. And right now, you got to tip your hat to the Dallas Cowboys. They went into Foxborough, and they got the W. That was, that to me, what they did. If you were on New England in the last, say, minute and a half of that game, your emotions were right, left and right for about a minute and a half, right? You're happy 1 minute, you're down the next, you're happy, you're down. That was a yo-yo game right there at the end. And then my other, Cleveland, got to give credit to Arizona. I really thought Cleveland was the play there. I really did. I thought going into that one, but when I heard Chubb was down, I said, okay, I still like it. I don't love it, but Cleveland. And the New England. I think New England, no matter what, 10 out of 10, I would take that same play again. New England. I thought New England was the play. But, hey, it is what it is, right? So, as you can see, it wasn't a great day for the great weekend for the premium picks. But the thing is, the sun came up this morning. I'm going to pick up my, pick up where I left off from 2 weeks ago, hopefully, and get back on the winning track next weekend with our college and NFL football selections. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball, and let's go look at that game here today. That New England loss was tough. Very good football game. Yeah, you know what, Mitchell? It was a very good football game, and sometimes you got to appreciate the athletes and the NFL, right? They put on a good show. But overall, yesterday, a lot of games. Like I listened to the NFL Red Zone, and what did he call it? The witching hour. And it wasn't a good witching hour yesterday with the normally in the last 3:30 to 4 o'clock on a Sunday could be tipsy turvy, right? You can be in good mood 1 minute, then in bad mood the next. But it was a favorite weekend. What can you say? Just the favorites, came in and they smoked them. All right, Boston Red Sox taking on the Houston Astros. You got Jose Urquidy going here today for the Stros. You got Eduardo Rodriguez. Hey, say that 10 times. Eduardo Rodriguez. Pronounce the D's, right? Hey, we'll call him Eddie. Eddie Rodriguez. I like that. That sounds like better. Hey, my buddy Eddie. Fast Eddie. Hey, maybe Fast Eddie Rodriguez. That's got to give him a good nickname. Look at the line here. -117 is the line. The over-under set at 9. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Gonna go with the Boston Red Sox. Hey, man. To beat the Tampa Bay Rays, that was a big win in the series because Tampa Bay, I thought, was the best team in the American League. And now Boston. I do like Boston. I said it prior to the series. Anybody who beat Tampa Bay, I think that's the team that's going to probably win the World Series. and I do like Boston here again today. Now they're 8-2 in their last 10, 6-3-1. Always, again, when you get to the playoffs, analytics, you take it with a grain of salt. Now it's about momentum, it's about pitching, and like John Smoltz says, right? You got to look at the little things. Base running. You got to pay attention to base running. You can't be chatting up like on first base with Guerrero all day. Hey, one thing with Vladdy Guerrero, if you go on first base, might as well bring a coffee for you and him because he's going to chat you up all night. But you got to be focused. You can't get caught in running plays. You that's one thing that really one thing as a football coach is you got to be on top of the game. Like, you can't be falling asleep. If you're on first base, pay attention. Like, don't be daydreaming and get picked off. If you're going to be doing some base running, look at the third base coach. Know where the ball, situational base running. Just to eliminate those mental mistakes, because if you want to get out, you want to get out the right way, right? You don't want to get out by a mistake or a lack of concentration. But when I look at this game here, again, I always go back to my fundamentals, and I always look at value, percentage play, and the performance cycles. Now, not as much in the playoffs. The value, though, I think if you do like Houston today, you're getting great value. I had them at minus 165. You're getting plus 107. And I had the Boston Red Sox at minus 134. So from a value perspective, you're getting really good value on both these teams here today. Minus 134 and minus 117, right? So good value on the Boston Red Sox. And I do like Boston today. I'm going to go. The one thing that scares me with the Houston Astros is that they're a veteran team, right? When you look at Carrera, Altuve, all those guys, like, there's a lot of veterans on that team. And, you don't get more veteran than Dusty Baker, right? So a very good Houston team. But Cora, man, you got to tip your hat to Alex Cora. This guy here, we went through his, his stuff last year. He, paid the price, came back. But, like my buddy says, nothing in life should be a life sentence. And Alex Cora's back, and he's a winner. Alex Cora just wins ball games when it matters, right? So let's see if they win game number 3. I like Boston today, minus 117. All right, there's Gloria K, Morning Breakfast Club. I'm in Kansas City at a golf tournament. How's my peeps? Right on, Gloria. Hey, I can just see Gloria just, going from hole to hole with her Starbucks. I think Gloria looks like a Starbucks, eh? I don't. You think Gloria K is a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donut? Dunkin', eh? Is it Dunkin' in the States? I don't think they have Tim Hortons down there. But I can see Gloria following each hole with her $10, eh? That's what I call Starbucks, $10. But I can see her going from hole to hole, following her son and playing, watching the golf. So good morning to you, Gloria, from beautiful Kansas City. We're going to Kansas City. Hey, that's the extent of my singing today. Just two lines right there. All right, Zachary Reed, what's up, Ray? How you doing, Derek? Derek Perez in the house. I love it when the old school guys, even though you don't come every day, guys, it's always nice to see familiar names come in and say, hey, you know what? Just tuning in, watching the live show. Just want to say hi. How you doing? And hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good night from Ottawa. All right, let me see. Plant Base, how you doing, Plant Base? Dodgers are the champs. They can still flip it around. Yeah, hey, I say it all the time, right? To be the champ, you got to beat the champ, right? Tuesday, LOL. Tuesday, who said Tuesday? Did I say Tuesday? Or maybe on a Monday. Did somebody say Tuesday? Did I say Tuesday? Zachary? Let me see here. Hey, let me see here. I'm trying to read all your... So did somebody say Tuesday or did I say Tuesday? It's a manic Monday. What a bad mistake from the Dodgers last night. Yep, bad mistake. But that's, like Smolt says, mistakes in the in playoff baseball are magnified tenfold, right? Underdog, I miss you this weekend, says Gloria K. All right, so I do like Boston Red Sox here today, and I'm playing the Red Sox. Beer money on the Red Sox. All right, let's go to the NFL, the National Football League game of the night between the Tennessee Titans and my Buffalo Bills and Plant Base. It was Plant Base from Boston, right? You're from Boston, so you're probably a New England fan. Where's my Bills Mafia guy? Hey, I got a guy from Buffalo who's normally in here, Bills Mafia. All right, let me go here. I hate going against the Bills. I hope they win. And just don't cover the spread. I got Tennessee here. The rain report is all over. Let me see here. I feel much better. Now let's get some cash. That's Plant Base. All right, so I do have the Tennessee Titans winning today, 34-17, the over-under at 6. And looking at the Buffalo Bills' last 5 games, 4-1 straight up and against the number, 2-3 to the under. Now looking at Tennessee, I said it in my video this morning, it's like a journeyman team here. It's like every win's like a heavy lifting win, right? Like Tennessee, that when you look at that 3-2 record, it's like a beaten up 3-2 record, right? It's like they went through hell to get 3-2. Now it looks like Julio Jones will be in the lineup here today, but question mark on A.J. Brown, and we'll see if A.J. Brown, plant-based junkie, glad to hear. There's Roland. Bills -6 over 54, says Roland. Keep on rolling. Hey, good luck, eh? Says Chad Suzuka, cash out Monday. All right, looking at Tennessee. Now, these teams played last October. Remember, this was a last October game. Where is it? Down here. October 13th. We're 5 days off from last year. So it was a 42-16 win. Was that one of those Tuesday type games? I think it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday COVID game, right? This one here, 42-16. So could have been a situational thing for the Bills not being able mentally in the game, or they played like the Sunday and then they had to play like the 4 days later or something like that. But the thing that concerns me with the Bills here tonight, looking at their win last week at Kansas City, 38-20. Now, if you watch that game, you saw the McDermott, the coach. You saw Josh Allen. Like, everybody treated this game like the Super Bowl last week. So from an emotional letdown point of view, there's an opportunity to be for the Bills to not show up in the first half, right? And if they can't stop the run, and Derrick Henry, who hasn't really gone nuts yet this year, right? Derrick Henry has not really gotten into his groove yet. But if the Titans get the running game going here tonight, and they could get to halftime with a lead, I think there's a chance they can get the cover. And look at this. I did the little bit of research for you guys. Look at the Buffalo Bills after playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to hit the refresh button. I mean, this is probably going to take me right there. But let me go to my super database. I'm going to go Buffalo. And I'm going to go after playing Kansas City. So let's go right here after playing the Kansas City Chiefs since 1993. Look at that. 5-17-2, 8-16 straight up. So that's my little concern. And you know what? Kansas City is not like Indianapolis or Houston. Like Kansas City, you look at the history, they're a good franchise, right? It's very rare you see a bad Kansas City team. So I think this stat has a little bit of meaning towards, a little bit of trends to it, right? And what about if Buffalo was an away team? Let's go Buffalo as an away team. So this is the second away game for the Sabres. Yeah, the Bills 2-8-1. So 5-17-1 home or away, but 2-8-1 against the point spread. 2-9 straight up. So and 3-8 to the under. So if you do like the under, there is some numbers pointing that way. But this is not a good situation tonight for the Buffalo Bills, and that's why I'm going to take Tennessee +6. I think Tennessee +6 is but the thing that scares me in NFL Week 6, all the favorites, right? Hey, get that big tall glass of milk because all the chalk you're going to eat if you're betting favorites this week, because it's been a 9-3 for the favorites, right? Did I say 10? No, 10-3. 10-3 favorite week straight up. So it's been a good week for the favorites, but I'm going to play Tennessee +6 tonight. All right, NHL, if you guys are into hockey, again, if you go to hockeypicks.com, you can see my picks are already up for today. Now, plant-based, hope you guys are right about the Bills. I want to see the trash them. Last year, it's not over till the fat lady sings, says OG Wheat. It appears books are begging you to take the Bills. Yeah, Rick Ruler, I agree. 100%, Rick. 100%. I had Wilson 1 first half, Kansas City. Washington first half, Kansas City full game. Same with Bears game. That was good. Yeah, you know what? Man, it was just one of those weekends. You can't cry over spilled milk. It is just sometimes you got to tip your hat to the teams that showed up and then they won. Now, okay, you can see our computer's out of whack here. That's because Seattle. I got to talk to our programmer about this. I don't think the Flyers are going to win 22-9 tonight. As much as you guys love the membership, just ignore this for now, because this is Seattle's throwing a wrench into our even like the whole. We're not even tracking their home records yet. So this happens when you get a new team in the league, and our our new system hasn't picked up the Kraken yet. It has some features that has, so take it with a grain of salt right now. Seattle 1-2 in the year. Flyers 0-1. Now the Flyers lost 5-4 against Vancouver, and the Canucks didn't look. They looked okay in that game. The Flyers, Carter Hart, to me, it still looks like. I still think the Philly's got issues with goalie. Ever since I've been following hockey. Back, I wouldn't say like the Bernie Parent days there, but in the last, say, 10, 15 years, Flyers got to get their goaltending situation. They got to spend some money, get a goalie, for heaven's sakes, man. Get a goalie. That's all I got to say. Seattle, 2-1 for the Kraken in the last game. They lost. They beat the Predators 4-3, and then they lost to the Golden Knights 4-3. So, yeah, they've already played 3 games, and we know it's a team led with veterans, right? And Grubauer should get the nod here tonight. And when you look at their first unit power play, you got McCann, Donato, Eberle, Schwartz, Giordano. So you got a lot of veterans. It's like Vegas a couple years ago, a lot of veterans, but I thought Vegas had more talented players with skill level when it came to the power play and all that. But I do like Philly tonight. I like him, don't love him. But I'm going to go with Philly tonight against Seattle. Now, the next game is St. Louis against Arizona. Hey, we're going to look at this game right now. I'm just going to bring this screen over here. Rangers plus 1.5 says rolling. Go to the casino. I can live vicariously through you because I'm no way making it to the casino today. I hate Boston. Are you kidding me? Come on, Ron. You know it's Mafia for life. Like I said, Plan Base, I hope they win. They just don't cover. That's all I'm saying. St. Louis minus 172, a little chalky against the Coyotes. Now, Coyotes losing in the shootout to Buffalo on Saturday. Good hockey game. I thought Buffalo really missed a lot of opportunities. I thought the goalie for Phoenix or Arizona, whatever they're called. Okay, I think we're going to be called Phoenix this year. No, let's go to Arizona. Hey, how about we change the logo? Let's go back to the old Arizona. Hey, how about you guys get your crap together in Arizona? Hey, that's let's the old Peterborough Pete's logo they used to have, right? If you watch junior hockey in Canada, they had that old Peterborough Pete's, or no, Sudbury Wolves, or was it Peterborough Pete's or Sudbury Wolves? Anyways, they had that old logo. It looked like a junior hockey logo. I thought it was the Pete's for some reason. Maybe not. But Arizona tonight taking on the St. Louis Blues. You know what? Big win against Colorado. Didn't see that coming. And that was a big win for the Blues. And let's see if Jordan Binnington, let's see if he's got his act together. He didn't have a great year last year, not like the year before when they went to the Stanley Cup there a couple of years ago. He was in playoff he was in a good space right there, right? Mentally as a goalie. Goalies are like kickers, right? They got to be mentally sharp because they can, if a goalie's not mentally in, and if you ever played hockey and if you got a really shaky goalie, it brings the whole team down. Like anytime a goalie lets in a bad goal, you see the whole bench, like everybody's head just goes, oh, here we go again. It's like, come on, man. You got to make the easy saves, right? Anybody who's played hockey, knows that. If you don't have a good goalie, it could really deflate your team, right? Because the players are busting their humps winning their space on the ice, trying to get to the corners, and then you let in soft goals. You can't be Swiss cheese between the nets, right? You gotta be able to hold the fort between the pipes and make sure that you give your team a chance to win every night. Now, looking at the starting goalies tonight for the I keep wanting to call him Phoenix. Carter Hutton for the Arizona Coyotes. And then you got expected Jordan Binnington. But the thing is, you're going to have to wait till this afternoon. Like, of all the goalies that I see here, the only confirmed goalie I see is Carter Hart for Philly. And they've only played one game, right? So let me check on my other site. It's good to have a couple of sites, right? But these guys are pretty quick. These goalie websites, normally when one the website confirms, it's like a domino effect. Everybody... there's Peyton. Good morning, Peyton. Your ears must have been burning because we're talking about the beautiful weather out there in California, right? You're probably coming back from your morning walk. 27 degrees or what is it, 72 maybe in California. What a game last night. I was watching in the car and yelling at my phone, says Gloria. Hey, oh, that's funny. All right, so I do like St. Louis here today. A little chalky at 172. Now Arizona's first home game. So be careful. And St. Louis coming off a big win over the Avs. Now Calgary minus 200 tonight against the Ducks. The Ducks losing 2-1 to the Wild in the last game. Now, that's a respectable score considering they beat the Jets 4-1 in their home opener, and then they, Minnesota's a good hockey team. 2-1 was the final, and Calgary were outworked by the Edmonton Oilers. That's a good word. They were outworked by the Oilers, and the thing is, I can believe Lucic's still playing for Calgary, right? And it's just today's hockey is not like it was back even like say 5 years ago, where these fighting in hockey now is like it's like why. Like why even? It's the game. It's a speed game. It's you need legs. You need legs to skate. And I look at Calgary. Calgary looks like a good team for like the 90s right now. A good big heavy team. In fact, let me take a look at their starting lineup here. Monahan, Tkachuk, Gaudreau, Lindholm, Arneson. Let me take a look at their what's this? Michael Stone. Okay, so a couple of injuries. Let me take a look at Calgary's depth chart. Let's see, Calgary. All right, Gaudreau, Lindholm, Tkachuk, Mangiapane, Monahan, Coleman, Dubé, Backlund. So, every team's first two lines, those are your scoring lines, right? And then so when you get to the third and fourth line, your checking lines, and then your energy line. Hey, that's what they call your checking line and your energy line, right? Go out there and get some energy. Go Milan Lucic and Richie and Godin on the energy line. But I think Calgary. I don't know. We'll see how it's going to be this morning. It's 67 this morning. My ears were burning and telling me you have to go get to the coach's class. Start the day off right. Absolutely. Hey, awesome. That's good to hear there, Peyton. That's really cool. All right. You know what? I think Calgary. I'm going to go with Calgary in the home opener. Anaheim. I think Anaheim's going to be pretty good at home, but on the road. But I think there'll be a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. And the game of the night between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Rangers. Now the Rangers getting a 2-1 win, 3-1 win against they got the empty netter against the Habs on Saturday night. Both teams coming in on 1 day's rest. And Toronto also won 3-1 against the Ottawa Senators. I knew that would on hockey picks. I picked Toronto that game for Ottawa to go back to back and get 2 wins against the Leafs. I knew it was going to be a tough task. And Tkachuk should be in the lineup very soon. But I got Toronto winning 3.5 to 2.6. The over-under set at 6.2. Toronto 2-1 on the year. And so is the Rangers 1-2. And let me see the over-under. What's the over-under? 0-3 to the under, right? But I do like the Maple. I'm looking at a 4-2 final here tonight. I think 4-2 is what I like here tonight. Oh, there's some nice flowers there from Peyton Sports Girl. Planting flowers there, Peyton, in the bullpen. I like that. Hey. Got to keep it nice and fresh in there, and make it smell. Hey, with a bunch of guys there, probably got to keep it some nice smelling flowers in there, right? You want to smell the old burpy old guys in there. I agree, Ron. No more fights. I used to love hockey fights as a kid. Rock'em Sock'em was great, but now I'm grown up and don't think athletes getting concussion is a good thing anymore. Yeah, you know what? When you see the hockey players from the 90s and early 2000s come out and they're struggling. Hey, I'll just use that word, struggling. And you gotta. There's a time and place for a fight in a game, right? But I don't think it should be eliminated because I still think the players need to police themselves. So you can't depend on executives and the referees. Sometimes the players got to police themselves because some of these guys get a little crazy with the sticks and you got big guys going after little guys. You can't have that, right? You can't have a 6'7" guy like a Chera going after Mangiapane type thing, right? You can't. That's why you got to police your own, because sometimes if it gets out of hand, well then if you let guys that are 6'4" run around like they own the ice and they can do what they want, then it's not good for hockey. It's a debate that we can probably we can probably rent a civic center and talk about it, because everybody will have an opinion on that. But the game has changed. The game of hockey's changed. Evolution has changed in all sports. Equipment's better in all sports, and the game of hockey is about speed. And you look at Team USA. Good way you want to see how hockey's changed. Look at international hockey play. When you look at teams like the USA is one of the fastest skating teams always, right? Team Canada, a bit of a heavier team, good goaltending, but not as fast as like say the teams like Finland, Sweden, But the USA, that's one thing that stands out to me when I watch a USA international Olympic game. It's the speed of the game, especially in their junior hockey program. You watch junior hockey, the U.S. always have good, the Finns and the Swedes, they always finesse, and always great goaltending. If you look at the Swedes and finesse in international play, normally it's the great goaltending that keeps them in. And the Russians have a balance of everything, right? The Russians, they can get physical, they can get fast, they can get, you look at guys like Ovechkin and, back in the day, Datsuk and all those guys, they had hands like my friends used to say, right? Datsuk got hands like a stylist, right? Hands like a barber. He's just, good hands. But, hockey's changed. You need speed, right? Good goaltending, speed, and play some good defense. And in the NHL right now, it's when you look at an NHL game, it's you live and die on the power play. Like, you can get teams that are very balanced, but you get a team like Toronto Maple Leafs on the power play, they'll torch you. Absolutely torch you. That power play is we'll see what it's still early. It's only 3 games in, but normally the Toronto Maple Leafs power play will burn you in the long run. All right, I can't believe I said that it'd only be like 30 minutes today, and we're at 50. Hey, time flies when you're having fun and you're babbling about nothing, right? All right, don't forget, today's show is sponsored by Thrive Fantasy. We got a new sponsor here. I'm just waiting on their new logo. They sent me some logos, but I couldn't download it for some reason. But if you go to Thrive Fantasy thrivefantasy.com, and you can get it into the app as well, and use promo code ATS. When you if you ever open an account with them, use promo code ATS, and you can get $100% instant first deposit match up to $100. So if you go to Thrive Fantasy, that's THRIVE fantasy.com, and you want to if you're into props, so like say for tonight you want to bet Josh Allen over under, say 250 passing yards or whatever the line may be. Well, they got all that stuff, right? Derrick Henry on the over-unders, interception on players. So if you're into props, thrivefantasy.com, or use it on the Apple Store. Just go Thrive Fantasy. Here, I'll write it into the chat. So thrivefantasy.com. So if you go to that website and use promo code ATS, you'll get 100% matching deposit bonus. All right, folks, have yourself. Before I go, don't forget, make your picks each and every day right here at hockeypicks.com. And if you're playing, don't forget tomorrow, big day for basketball, right? bballpicks.com. And again, everybody can play, everybody can join. You sign up, and then you make your basketball selections. And folks, if you follow this channel, all the pick sites we have. We have hockey picks. We got b-ball picks. We have Hail Mary picks and bullpen picks, right? And if you know anything about these websites, you build yourself a roster of pickers to follow. And what you do is you follow their picks, right? So, for instance, I follow these guys here at Hockey Picks. And the one thing, once there's 100 picks in the system, then you can see if somebody's score is too low, you got to get them out of your roster because they're gonna help you lose. You want to follow winners, right? And this is why I love hockeypicks.com and b-ball picks. I can't wait to use b-ball picks because we did it last year in the playoffs and at the end of the season, and we fine-tuned all the errors. So we're ready to go at tip-off here tomorrow, and bballpicks.com is going to be a great website. And good luck. I'll see you tomorrow for some b-ball picks. Yeah, we got 2 games tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about those tomorrow. All right, folks, have yourself a great Manic Monday. Enjoy the game between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. I'll see you back tomorrow as usually. That's new. Just working out the English language right here. As usual, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here on Monday. Hasta la vista, baby. See you mañana.